Hey guys, welcome back to Downtown Crown Wine and Beers Feature of the Week. I'm Arash, this is David, and we're here joined with Nathan Zender, co-owner and head brewer of Right Proper Brewing. We're in their beautiful brand new production facility and tasting room in the Brooklyn neighborhood in Northeast DC. We're here to promote our event this Friday, June 24th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're celebrating their Montgomery County launch and self-distribution, so it's going to be an amazing event. Make sure you guys come out.
Yep, so I've known Nathan for a number of years. We actually have family ties together. So I've had the fortunate opportunity of knowing and trying his beers for a number of years, before he even got started with the brewery. So I've been a fan. And Right Proper Brewing actually just recently won the Beverage Program of the Year, the Rammy Award in DC, which is a really, really big deal. If you think about it, hell of a lot of competition in that category, so that's really, really awesome. So Nathan, how did you get started? How did everything get started, with the project here and starting Right Proper?
Yeah, so we'll go back like four and a half years ago. So Thor Chesson is one of the other partners here at the brewery. Sort of approached me. We had known each other for a long time. He had started the sort of idea of rotating draft lines in DC almost a decade ago by opening up the basement bar at Pizzeria Paradiso. So he was very influential in sort of the current wave of how sort of the craft beer scene is sort of put together in DC. Yep. So he came up with this project to have a brew pub that was going to be deep into a neighborhood in DC. That's how our original location launched 2.5 years ago. Yep. That's a small 5-barrel hands-on system. Workshop brewery, and then in the last 6 months we've opened up this production brewery here in tasting room,
which is why we have beer for
exactly. Yeah, and we were very excited to I'm a Marylander, so we were very excited to start self-distributing in Montgomery County. Yep. And we're glad to have you guys as a partner with that endeavor.
This is another great thing for us, like having an amazing DC brewery coming to MoCo. Like, sometimes MoCo gets overlooked, but now it's starting to get better, and with Right Proper we have some serious beer. Their motto is beer for the soul. So when I come here and I look at your tap list in here and at your brew pub, it's not your normal tap list. It's not like always segmented where it's a Hefeweizen, a Pilsner, a Stout, so on and so forth. You do different beer. You do unique beers. What is your guys' philosophy on beers? I mean, we have all these fooders that most places don't have. This place is awesome. What is your philosophy on beer?
Yeah. So one thing was even when we opened up the brew pub, and now that extended into this production brewery, is I was never given any instruction on what I needed to brew. So I just started brewing beers that were personal to me. Beers that had meaning, told stories, and so we brew a lot of things that blur lines. It's usually I have an idea for a sort of a flavor concept, and then through sort of this knowledge base of experience and intuition, I'm able to sort of get to to the flavor profile we're trying to get to. But I'll jump in and just say that we do 3 families of beers here at the production brewery. So we've got these large 30-barrel tanks here. We do brewer's yeast beers in, so like our dry hop pale ale, pale smoked beer, porter. Then we have 2 tanks back here that we do these lactic fermented beers. So it's our variations on Berliner Weiss. So we usually have 2 or 3 at market at a time. Those beers are fermented in the tank with lactic acid bacteria, so very tart beers. A lot of dry hopping with those beers too. Then we have these beautiful tanks back here. These are our foeders. Foeder is a Dutch word for large oak tank. So we have a house mixed culture of wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria that we do these beers. These were formerly wine tanks.
So when you do a beer in here, they're all going to have a unique taste that is unique to this brewery.
Absolutely. That's how we really get our house character onto these beers. We've repitched this mixed culture a couple hundred times, whereas with traditional brewer's yeast beers, we'll use that yeast like 5-6 generations to dump it. We keep going along with these beers, and so they're constantly evolving and having a life of their own, really.
So now I know why you guys won this beverage beer program of the year.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ahead of the curve. One other thing. So Nathan, being an incredibly talented brewer, he does beers that are generally on the lower ABV side, but incredibly complex. And those of you that understand beer, that's very, very difficult to do. It's easier to mask flavors with a higher ABV beer than it is in a lower ABV beer. So, you guys make sure that you come on out, try some really, really interesting beers.
Yeah. So to reiterate, we're having 12 tap lines. One of them is going to be this beer, Oblique and Obscure. It's a Meridian Pint collaboration that you guys brewed very recently.
Dry hop Berliner Weiss.
There's another specialty beer that you guys did a collaboration with a famous sour brewer that's
Yeah,
coming
exactly. Yeah, so that's a beer called Kodachrome Dreaming, done with Michael Tonsmeyer, who's a longtime partner in crime. He wrote American Sour Beers. We've been brewing beers together for a decade. We were just kegging it up this week, so it'll be a super fresh batch of Kodachrome Dreaming.
Cool. So to reiterate, Friday, June 24th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., 12-line tap takeover with Right Proper. Nathan's going to be there. If you're a novice beer drinker or even a very extreme expert, we will have a beer for you. Come out, celebrate. Cheers, Nathan. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks so much, guys.